Hey guys, what's up? Spectre here, and I'm back with yet another news roundup for one of my most anticipated games of all time, Cyberpunk 2077. We've got lots of Cyberpunk news to get into, so let's begin. One of the most recent stories has to do with quest design in Cyberpunk 2077. Apparently, players will not be met with a game over screen for failing missions. The in-game narrative and quest structure will adapt to your failure and continue as you deal with the consequences of that failure. Apparently, players will always have 3 to 5 options for solving each quest. At times, your failure will simply progress the story in a different way. In other cases, it may open a more difficult way to finishing the quest. Die-hard CD Projekt fans might remember this feature from The Witcher 3, but it's nice to see its return confirmed. A recent financial call has been the source for quite a few news stories lately, the next of which being about E3. According to CD Projekt's president and CEO, last year's E3 has been the most important one so far throughout the whole CD Projekt history. But this year's is going to be the most important one ever for us. We have really prepared a strong show. It's easy to see how this could make up a large part of Microsoft's show, as Sony is skipping E3 2019 and last year's CD Projekt crashed Microsoft's party. It also seems rather than having a closed-door demo, CD Projekt will have something new to show to fans. In some somewhat disappointing but rather unsurprising news, CD Projekt has killed any hopes of VR support in Cyberpunk 2077. In a recent tweet, CD Projekt confirmed that they have no current plans for supporting the platform. It's easy to see how fans could clamor for the feature, considering CD Projekt's immersive first-person take on the Cyberpunk IP, but CD Projekt is probably much more concerned with shipping the base game at this point. While game announcements have been slow, CD Projekt has announced that it's opening a merchandise store. If you've seen my previous news roundups, you know that CD Projekt circulated a survey months ago asking fans what they'd like to see from a merch store. The survey even went into shopping habits and gaming habits. The store was finally announced when CD Projekt tweeted, "We've been waiting for #April Fools to be over to share this good news with you. We're opening CD Projekt Red Store in the following weeks. Keep your eyes open for updates." It seems fans should keep their eyes peeled for some cool Witcher and Cyberpunk merch. And finally, the wait for Cyberpunk 2077 may not be much longer. In that aforementioned call with CD Projekt president and CEO, development on CPB 2077 is in the advanced stages, which could mean that many of the game's largest parts are complete and that we may be entering a home stretch. This would line up nicely with the news from late last year that the game was playable from start to finish, as well as a story I reported on in my last roundup, where many positions at CD Projekt seem to have been filled over the last couple of months. The CEO also implied that we may see a release date this June at E3, but only time will tell. And that's it for this Cyberpunk 2077 news update, and for more Cyberpunk content, make sure to check back and check out my other videos that dive into lore and backstory. And if you haven't, make sure to sub. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.